So you want a knife after the most recent CS market crash, and obviously you want to get some for cheap since the market crashed. Well, I have good news for you, and that is that a lot of knives are like 40 to 50% off from before the crash. And we're going to be looking at knives that are under $300 because I feel like that's somewhat budget. Obviously 500 is like a really good knife, and anything above 500 is pretty expensive. So I think 300 is a good price range, and there is a lot of different knives that you can buy for this price. Although I picked 7 of my favorites, and we're going to be looking at those ones in today's video. So the first knife is an absolute classic. This knife is a banger. I know a lot of people don't like these knives, and for the life of me, I cannot understand why. I get that they're kind of boring, but it is the flip knife Vanilla. Now, this knife is extremely clean. It would go with some default gloves as well. Obviously, right now I have these snow leopards, and it looks really nice with those. But if you just wanted to rock these with some default gloves, it would still look extremely nice. And this knife right now is going for $195, so a little bit less than $200. And if you don't like the look of vanilla knives because they look too much like defaults, which I've heard some people say, you can get a flip knife tiger tooth in factory new condition for just $215, so like $20 more expensive than vanilla. And to some people, this might even be better than the vanilla, although personally I like the vanilla a little bit more. It goes with more things, and if you are on a budget and you are trying to rock some default gloves, which can look nice sometimes, the vanilla knife would be way more worth it, at least in my opinion. Then we have another vanilla knife, which is quite a bit more expensive, but I feel like more of you guys will like this one. This is the vanilla skeleton knife. Now, obviously, again, would go really good with default gloves, and it is just an insane knife to have. A lot of people like the skeleton knife, especially for this right here, this animation, and the unique pull-out animation, which I'm trying to get. Let's see if I get it. Boom. Unique pull-out animation. The only thing I don't like about the skeleton knife is that the regular pull-out animation, that one is extremely boring and doesn't look nice at all. But I can see why a lot of people like the skeleton knife over the flip knife. And this knife goes for just under $300. You can find some of them for $290. So this is just barely pushing the budget. Although before the crash, these were going for $600. So they are like 52% off right now, which is honestly insane. So if you've ever wanted a skeleton knife, this would be a super clean one to pick up, especially considering it's like half price from what it was just a month ago. This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is an instant trading site with a massive selection of skins, low commission, and an easy search system, so buying or trading your skins is as easy as it gets. They have daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways on their freebies tab. And also, last but not least, by using my code DNB, you can get $5 for free just by trading on the site. So make sure to check out SkinsMonkey today. And thank you SkinsMonkey for sponsoring the video. Then we have the Bayonet autotronic in field tested condition. Honestly, this one doesn't even look too bad in field tested. A lot of the autotronics can look super dark in field tested, but this one looks really nice. The animation on the Bayonet, obviously it's extremely clean. When you go from pulling it out to automatically inspecting it, it looks super nice. And this knife right now goes for $275. It's not as much of a good deal as the skeleton because before the crash, this one was going for around $480. So it is obviously like less than 50% off, but it is still a really good deal for a knife that looks this good. $275 for this knife is insane. Then we have the Huntsman autotronic, and yeah, it is kind of boring because it's also an autotronic. But if I asked you to guess how much money this knife was, I feel like most people would say like 150 to like 180, like a little bit just under 200. Well, this knife is actually only $100 right now, which is insane. This is crazy to me that this knife is $100. It does not look like a $100 knife. It is extremely clean. Although the one downside is that, of course, it is in well-worn condition. So well-worn condition obviously isn't very sought after, but it does look pretty nice in my opinion. I mean, some of the battle scarred autotronics can look like almost black, but this one doesn't look like that. And for this listing right here, I'll put it on the screen. It is well-worn, almost battle scarred. It is a really bad well-worn, and it still somehow looks extremely nice. Then we have a knife that I kind of hate, but the finish on it is really nice. This is the Ursus Fade, and this is actually a 94% fade right now listed on CS Float. As you can see, the tip is extremely blue, and down here over by the handle, there's really not that much gray. I mean, there's a small little piece of it, and this is going for $233 right now. So if you really care about what the finish looks like on your your knife, this could be a really good knife to pick up, and the unique pullout animation for the Ursus is pretty nice. If you hit an op shot and then you get the unique pullout animation, which I'm trying to get right now, I mean, that's a really nice feeling, although most of the time you're going to get this boring pullout animation, which I really don't like. Also, the inspect on this knife is really nice. Walking around like this throughout the map is pretty cool, although I'm trying to get the, oh, there we go. Rare animation. It looks pretty nice. I mean, I like it. It just, personally, I'm not a big Ursus fan, but I figure that I would include it because for $233, this is not that bad of a deal. And as a little bit of a bonus, we have what I think is one of the best deals of this whole entire video. Obviously, other than the skeleton vanilla, but the skeleton vanilla was pretty expensive. I mean, it was pushing the upper limits of the budget we have in this video. This one is the Nomad vanilla, and I know a lot of people really like the Nomad knife. Again, with the vanilla knife, you can't really go wrong with it. It would go good with almost any glove. I mean, obviously default gloves. These gloves, vanilla knives look really good with. A pair of Knocks, which I will admit are pretty expensive. They would go good with those as well. Even the Jaguar gloves. And as you just saw right there, the animation for it looks really nice. I think that this is a really good knife to pick up, especially considering that right now it is going for $170. Before the crash, these were going for around $360, and I think that this is a really good deal. Obviously, the best one of this whole entire video would be the skeleton vanilla because it's like over 50% off since the crash. But also, if you like the Nomad knife, then this one would be a really good one to pick up. I'm sure you could pick up other ones with like cooler finishes, but I think that this right here is a great knife that would go with almost any loadout. Let me know down in the comments below which knife from this video you like the most, or let me know which other knife that you either picked up or are thinking about picking up after the market crash, because almost every single knife went down like crazy. And also, let me know if you want another video just like this but about gloves.